Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Will Dinwiddie here. Today's word of the day is commitment. And commitment is being dedicated to something. And what I want to talk, the dedication I want to talk about is I want you to focus on being dedicated on what you can accomplish today. And don't, I want you to think about tomorrow, okay? I want you to think about the future. I want you to think about your goals and where you want to see yourself in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 or 10 or however far you want to take it. I want you to focus. I want you to think about those things and focus on those dreams and those goals, but I want you to think about what you can do today and how much you can accomplish toward achieving that today as possible, and let that be the standard toward how you go about every day. Is when you start committing yourself to making the most of this day today, and allow tomorrow to, don't think too much about tomorrow until tomorrow comes. Know what your schedule is, know what you got to do, but I want you to think about surpassing whatever it is that you have set on your schedule on a daily basis. So, if to this is going to require changing too. I want you to practice changing. This means, and I want, okay. So here, let me back up a little bit. Let me slow down inside here. When you're committing yourself to becoming the best that you can be, this requires change. And change doesn't happen in a 180 fashion. I know a lot of people will try to 180 themselves, but most just can't do it. It's just too much. It's too much for people to take. So this is a process. So this happens slowly over the course of time. Now again, I want to remind you, I've told you guys this in videos in the past. It took me 5 years to win my first contest in strongman. I had to do a lot of changing and a lot of growing. Now I kept, my focus was I wanted to win. I wanted to be a champion. So I always had that focus, but I never thought, well, if it doesn't happen this year, then it's over for me. Or sometimes when people get into their 30s, they think, oh, well, my body hurts worse now. It's over for me. Anyway, let's go back to this example that I was giving in the strongman. So what happened is I had to change myself every day. I had to start working on weaknesses, and I wasn't doing that when I first started strongman. And when I decided, I had some big goals that I decided I wanted to do my second year in strongman. But anyway, I wasn't doing what was required to get me to become a champion. I mean, I was doing everything that I knew how to do. I thought I knew how to do, but I hadn't started really working on weak point training because I didn't really know what my weak points were, and I didn't know really how to train them at the time. So this took a while to figure out. This is why it took 5 years, because I was doing it on my own. I didn't have a coach. I was just kind of trying to learn how to do this on my own, and this is what's so valuable about a coach. Had I had a coach, I could have saved myself years of effort and resources and finances and those things and time. But that was the road that I had to take. That's the road that obviously was the one that worked best for me. But anyway, it took time and commitment, and I had to change. And it was hard because in the beginning, I would do the right thing on that one day, but then I would feel like I had so much left in me that I was like, I would go back and do more of the old stuff that I was doing. So this is why it took a long time, because I was doing the new stuff, and then I was still doing the old stuff. I was having a hard time cutting out the old training out of my life because I was so used to it, and it was comfortable for me, and I was stronger in those ways, and I didn't like having to start over again and have weaknesses explode and be weak, quote unquote, starting over, basically learning new techniques and things. But because of that change, because I committed myself to doing those things, years later, where I'm at now, I have won so many championships I couldn't tell you. I'd have to count them all up, but it's in the double digits, So it's like I've gone farther than I really ever expected that I would go, And how that happened was staying committed to my goals, and I was allowing my goals to evolve. Like, I for a long time I thought I was just going to be a strong man, and then I decided, well, why not be a powerlifter? And then when I got into powerlifting, then I was like, then I did Moss wrestling that year, and I was like, well, why not try Highland Games? Why not just do it all? And so that's when I just got into doing it all, and I allowed my mind to evolve, because then I saw the benefit of all the training, of training all these different styles of these different sports, because it provided me with more variety, and I need a lot of variety because my mind is just all over the place all the time. So it's like I need to do a lot. I can't just do deadlifts all the time. I can't just do different variations of deadlifts all the time. I need to do other things, like this is why I can't just do any one single sport, because I like them all. I mean, I see benefit in doing them all, It makes my body stronger doing all of them. It gives doing Highland Games gives my body a break from the strongman. Doing powerlifting rebuilds my tendons from squatting, so that way when I go back to strongman, I'm better suited for it. I can take it better. Bodybuilding gives me a break from all the hardcore training and allows me to focus on my diet, so I get more focused on eating better. And so I mean, the throwing helps loosen me up and stretch me out. And it complements my explosive abilities in Olympic lifting and strongman. And Olympic lifting makes me a better technical athlete for the other sports. So it's like I found value in everything because I allowed myself to evolve, and I allowed myself to not think of myself as just a strong man, but to think of myself as I could do more, I could be more. Like I didn't think like that in the beginning. I just thought of myself I was going to be a lightweight strongman for life. That was my original goal. Up until 2013, I thought that, and in 2013, I almost quit. I almost quit competing because I couldn't figure out how to lift a heavier stone. And I found Mark Wechter, he's my strongman coach and my throwing coach. I found him, and he brought me back to life again. I mean, that's why I love this guy so much, because that's why I love people so much, and that's why I love evolving so much, and why I love being committed so much, because when you're committed, you end up running across people that will help you beyond in ways that you could never have done on your own. Simple things that I wasn't thinking about, that I couldn't see and I couldn't feel, and he fixed me and made me better. That to me was priceless. There's no value that I can put on that, because strength to me is everything. Getting stronger, physically stronger, is my life's work. To me, it's like how most people are trying to get rich. Like, to me, that is like the richest you could get, is to become physically as strong as possible in every way that you can. And with all these different sports, you got a lifetime's worth of work ahead of you. So I mean, to me, it's like I'm excited every day because I'm so committed. I get to take advantage of new opportunities that are presented to me all the time. New opportunities and I'm always looking for new opportunities to get better and to get and to grow and to learn how to teach other people to get better. And so it's like these excited feelings that I'm having right now, like, they don't just happen when you're just checking the block in life and just, okay, I did my job today and I guess I'll go home or I'll hang out with my friends. No, you have to have goals. You have to have something to commit yourself to if you want to feel excitement like this regularly every single day. I'm talking every single day. Every single day I open these doors and I walk in here and I see this place and I'm just like, I can't believe I did it. Every single day I look in the mirror and I look at my body and I'm just like, I can't believe I did it, dude. Because you think back to I always think back to when I was a kid and where I came from and how far I came from it. It's just I can't believe it myself, I can't believe it, and I look at other successful people and I'm like, I relate to them so much because I know what you went through. I know the commitment, the level of commitment that you have, the discipline, the desire, the passion, and you feel it and you learn so much more about yourself when you are committed to something. When you commit yourself to a goal, you commit yourself to something bigger than you learn more about what you're capable of, and that's really where the joy of life comes into play. It's because you're growing. When you're growing, you're happy. That's the happiest you are, is when you're growing, when you're becoming more than what you previously were. And you can do that every single day. You can listen to a positive a video like this every single day. You can read a book. You can read a book to your kids. You can do something new, something exciting. You can go play on the playground with your kids if you want to and just be a kid again. And I do that every time I take my daughter to the playground. I swing with her and I run around on the playground with her, and I'm just like, it reminds you of like the little things that what make life so good. You know, these just on a nice sunny day, like when the sun is shining, opening the doors and feeling the sun. Little things like that is what makes your life rich, and it's committing yourself to trying to experience more of that and learn more of that, and this is what commitment does to you. Is it brings the best out of you. You're constantly looking for ways to improve and dedicate yourself, and so dedicating yourself to yourself and becoming the best version of yourself and chasing your goals and your dreams, that is what your life's purpose is for. And so you need to practice that commitment and dedication daily, and just think about what you can do today, and think about enjoying just the moments of today and how those make you feel. And then when tomorrow comes, do it tomorrow again. You know, like repeat the process. Do the same thing tomorrow, and just let that be your guide and how you chase after your goals in your life. Set the big goal. Tell yourself you want to earn $10 million. And from this point on, you say, I want to earn $10 million. How am I going to do that? Could I write a book maybe? Could I build a business? Could I create a product? Could I create a service? You know, like what is it that you could do? Could you go to another company and provide them a service that they could use, that could grow them? You know, like do you have the knowledge? Could you go back to school and learn something more so you could have the creative ability to figure out how to do this, how to make this goal into reality? Do something every day. Learn something. Read a book about how to become a millionaire. Read a book about how to become a champion. Whatever it is that you want to do, find a book on it. That's a good start. That's how I started as a trainer. When I left college, I went to the library that day after I sold my books back. It was in the middle of the term. And I went and I checked out this book on personal training. I took it home and I read the whole freaking book that very day and highlighted the whole book and wrote notes. And I have this whole, I still have it, like 20 pages of the book that I wrote out on paper, you know, because I decided I was going headfirst into it and I wasn't turning back, and I haven't turned back. And that was back in 2011. And then 5 years later, you know, I have this business and I'm where I'm at today, and I've won all these championships, and I've expanded myself and become more than I ever thought I ever would be back then, you know. So it's like, because I stayed committed and dedicated. And so that's what I want to tell you and share with you. You have to stay committed and dedicated. That is your road to your success. That's the road to your goal. Dedicate yourself to accomplishing as much as you can today and today only, and let tomorrow take care of itself, okay? That is my advice to anybody that's watching this video. And as always, don't be average, be epic, baby.